battlefield burned beneath a crimson sky. Smoke swallowed the cries of dying men, and the earth trembled under the weight of broken loyalty. General Seo Ji-Hwan stood among the fallen, his armor heavy with blood and ash. His sword hung loosely in his grasp, not from exhaustion, but from realization. The blade that pierced his side had not come from the enemy. It came from behind, from someone he trusted. Ji-Hwan staggered, breath leaving him in a sharp gasp as the world tilted. Around him, banners burned. The kingdom he gave his life to collapsed in silence. So this is how it ends, he thought. Not in honor, not in victory, but in betrayal. His knees struck the earth. Darkness rushed in. And then, birdsong. The scent of flowers. Cool stone beneath his palm. Ji-Hwan inhaled sharply, eyes flying open to a sky far too bright. No smoke, no fire, no war. Steel towers rose beyond pristine walls. Glass reflected sunlight where mountains should have stood. He pushed himself upright, instincts screaming, hand reaching for a sword that was no longer there. Footsteps approached. A man stood at the edge of the garden, frozen in place, elegant, soft-featured, fear flickering beneath calm eyes. Ji-Hwan straightened, despite the pain. "State your name," he demanded, "and your allegiance." Fate had just chosen its battlefield. Kang Min-Jae had faced hostile boardrooms and silent threats his entire life, but nothing prepared him for a blood-stained general standing in his garden. The man looked at him as if measuring whether he was ally or enemy. "You are bleeding," Min-Jae said quietly. The general's gaze sharpened. "I am alive," he replied. "That is enough." Min-Jae should have stepped back, should have called for help. Instead, he stepped closer. There was something unsettling about the man's presence, like a storm, standing perfectly still. When the truth finally settled, about the year, the city, the impossible distance between eras, the general said nothing. His silence was heavy, dangerous. "If this world has rulers," he said at last, "I must know who they are." Min-Jae met his eyes without flinching. "Then stay," he said, "until you decide." The general studied him, long, thorough, and nodded. That night, as Min-Jae lay awake, he realized something too late. He had not invited a stranger into his home. He had invited a man forged by war. The suit fit Ji-Hwan as if it were armor. Black fabric, sharp lines, restrained power. Some things translated easily across centuries. Inside the glass elevator, reflections multiplied endlessly. People stared. Not at Min-Jae, at the man standing just behind his shoulder. "They fear you," Ji-Hwan observed. Min-Jae smiled faintly. "They fear losing." In the boardroom, voices cut sharply through the air, threats wrapped in courtesy, smiles sharpened like knives. Ji-Hwan leaned closer, voice low. "These men would poison you with words instead of steel." Min-Jae's pulse quickened. "And you?" he asked. Ji-Hwan's gaze darkened. "I remove threats." The space between them tightened. Something dangerous stirred. Min-Jae did not step away. Ji-Hwan corrected Min-Jae's stance without asking. Firm hands, unyielding grip. "You hesitate," he said. Min-Jae's breath caught. "I was never taught to fight." Ji-Hwan stepped closer. Too close. "Then you were raised to be prey." His fingers adjusted Min-Jae's wrist, lingering a fraction too long. Heat rose between them. Neither spoke. Again, Ji-Hwan ordered. This time, Min-Jae did not pull away. He leaned into the correction. Ji-Hwan noticed, and for the first time since awakening in this world, his control wavered. Rain slicked the alleyway, neon lights bleeding across wet pavement. Footsteps followed. Ji-Hwan moved before thought could catch him. The confrontation was brief, precise, controlled violence ending in silence. When it was over, Ji-Hwan stood between Min-Jae and the night. "Stay behind me," he said. Min-Jae's voice trembled. "You didn't hesitate." Ji-Hwan turned slowly. "I already lost one life," he said quietly. "I will not lose you." The words settled heavily between them. Min-Jae reached out. Their hands met. Ji-Hwan did not pull away. Dawn painted Seoul in gold. Ji-Hwan stood at the balcony's edge, the city stretching endlessly before him. "I was forged for war," he said, "not peace." Min-Jae stepped closer. "Then stay for me." Ji-Hwan turned. Slowly, deliberately, he knelt. Once he said, "I swore my life to a throne." He took Min-Jae's hand. "Now, I swear it to you." Below them, the city awakened. The war was over. A new vow had begun. Subscribe and turn on notification for more.